Hey guys, I'm gonna try to keep this video short, but I figured maybe I would help you out. If you're looking at maybe getting an aquarium, I'm a very novice, I'm not a professional or anything like that. You know, if you're looking at getting an aquarium, maybe for your kids, or maybe you just always wanted one, but then, you know, you've kind of saw that it can be expensive. I'm just gonna give you a few things that I do to keep it down to a minimum. You can decide, I guess, a little further if that's what you want to do. So this is a 20-gallon tank. Got it as a kit. I'll try to post like maybe a picture. I'll definitely post links. So, you know, if you're looking at anything, I'll have a whole bunch of links as much as possible. So this was a kit. I got it at PetSmart. They had a really good deal on it. How much did we pay for the tank? $10.
I mean, what?
How much did we pay for the kit? I don't like 30, like 50. Like from 30 to 50 bucks. I think it normally goes for, I want to say maybe 60. It was actually a really good deal. The kits are going to be your cheapest because a lot of times if you buy, like, say Petco does a deal where, I think PetSmart does it too, where it's $1 a gallon. So like the tank is 20 bucks, which is actually pretty good. But where you start getting into your expenses, your hood, especially if you want LED, which you shouldn't get anything except for LED. So this one has a little door to feed, and then it has, you know, your bulbs, your light. This one actually has a cutout, so you can actually have different sized water filters if need be. They're going crazy. I think they're getting fed again. But this one came with the tank, the hood, the filter, the thermometer, the water heater. So for everything what we got, you can't beat it, because I actually did a little bit of a different way of doing it. I added all this stuff up and it came out to like $97. What gets expensive, you know, of course, is the fish initially. And then, you know, you got to get the bubbler, which I really highly recommend, because depending on how much you fill this up, the way they get air is either from the waterfall, from this, but if you do it too not enough where it'll make bubbles from the waterfall, then it can get annoying, which it annoys us. So we got a little air pump for that. You can get like probably even a 10-gallon one. They're pretty good. They're cheap. The other thing that gets expensive is their fish food. If you buy it at any big store, big box store, PetSmart, Walmart sometimes has good deals on their pet food, on their fish food. But Petco, PetSmart, they're like, this thing right here costs somewhere around $7 to $8 on Amazon. That's about the cheapest I could find it. But these normally cost about 15 to 20 at PetSmart or Petco. Walmart, I think they're probably 10, maybe 12, but they're still pretty expensive. The other thing that gets expensive, your water conditioner. I couldn't get water conditioner in time, so I had to buy this. This was really expensive. And then I had to buy this, and this is really expensive. This thing is like 10 or 12 bucks, which I can get it on Amazon for like, I think 4 or 5. But, you know, I had to get it right then and there. You're so loud. But I bought this on Amazon, and it was like $8, I think. I'll put the price of this. These are really expensive on PetSmart, Petco. All of my stuff I bought on Amazon, it's the cheapest that you can get it. The other thing is since I have plants, I have to buy plant food. This thing lasts me a long time because you only need very little. The other thing that will help you out, but they do get expensive, if you can go to like an actual aquarium store, sometimes they have better deals than Petco or PetSmart. Sometimes they're a little bit cheaper. Plants do help, having like a kind of a filtration, keeping the ammonia down as much as possible, where you don't have to do water exchanges. And if you're wondering what a water exchange is, so once you fill it up, you'll need to use your water conditioner. Let it set for a couple days before you add any fish. And then after that, add your fish in slowly. Then after that, a lot of people say to quarantine your fish into another tank and stuff, but if you don't have the money or you're just looking at adding fish, You might have fish die. I've had plenty of fish die on me. It's just the way it goes. You know, just keep an attention on your fish. See how they look. If they look like they're getting like a ick or anything, which is like little white spots, that's one of the biggest problems you'll have. Do not buy, I repeat, do not buy a 10-gallon tank. You'll have so much hell with it, it's unreal. Just buy a 20-gallon tank, and then if you want, just have a few fish or get some larger fish, but do not buy a 10-gallon tank. We probably spent more money than we should because we had fish die on us. We constantly had ick problems. It was just, it was aggravating. But 20-gallon, it's the bigger the tank is, the more you're able to keep things under control. It just takes more time depending on the tank. What we did is we added some soil on the bottom, and then we added our rocks on top, and then we just put our plants down. We've had this tank almost a year, a little over a year. And this used to be only about maybe that big around. Now it's sprouted very well. You will have to trim, so that's one extra step that you have to deal with, but it's worth having this because it does help produce oxygen and does help keep your tank a little bit cleaner. You still do need to do your water changes every 5 to 7 days, or some say 10, but it seems with us, as many fish as we have, about every 4 to 6 days is when I have to do it. And you know, just do your plant food. Like I said, I'll leave links down below. That's where we've had this for maybe 2 months now, and I'm still got plenty. So get all your stuff on Amazon or wherever you can find it cheaper. Look at pricing. That's the biggest thing. And then the other thing that gets really expensive is your water filter. This right here, usually when you have to replace them, do not replace it. Do my little step. I'll leave a link down below of what I do for the filter, but all I do is I cut out the cotton inside of it. This is what I use. So I cut all the cotton and the carbon out of the filter and just kept the plastic part of it, and then I just wrap this around it. It's polyfill low loft quilt batting. I got the small one because I wanted to try it out before I got the big one. The big one's like I think $10. You can get this at Walmart, you can get this online. Like I said, I'll leave links. And this one was like $3, and I've had this pretty much almost a year. So if you get the big one, it'll probably last you a couple years. You just do a couple rotations. I'll leave the link, like I said, for the video. And this has saved us so much money. That's where probably your biggest expense is going to be, is on your water filter. It's kind of dirty on this side because this is where we cook. But so that's the biggest thing, is just you know, looking around, trying to figure out what works. Just don't get a 10-gallon tank. That's my biggest thing, is just don't get a 10-gallon tank. Stick with this. Stick with the 20-gallon. It may seem overkill, that's what we thought, but we don't have as much issues with this. If you have any questions, feel free to leave down below. If you found this useful, like, subscribe. We do little videos like this all the time, as much as we can. And if you have any recommendations for videos, if you want to add anything, or, you know, stating that I'm wrong, feel free. Leave down below. I'm okay with that. You know, want to help everybody out that I can, help save money, you know, and still be able to do things. But anyway, thank you for watching, and do what inspires you. Thanks.